Hi guys, it's Debbie, and today I would like to speak about Split, a horror film directed by M. Night Shyamalan and starring James McAvoy. McAvoy portrays Kevin Wendell Crumb, a man with a severe form of dissociative identity disorder, what was previously known as multiple personality disorder. Although there have been cases of people with a high number of identities, the average is between 3 and 16. But Kevin has more than 20 personalities, which range from a peaceful and joyful designer and artist, to a strict woman, to a 9-year-old child, and so on. Each personality is completely separated from the others, although aware of them, and Kevin acts accordingly to which personality is currently sitting in the light. Kevin is followed by a psychiatrist, Dr. Fletcher, which states that his condition makes him special and closely follows his case and tries to prove to the world that he isn't dangerous, and if studied, his body could reveal important scientific information. The film opens with Kevin kidnapping 3 teenage girls after a birthday party and keeping them captive in a mysterious room. The girls find it particularly difficult to reason with Kevin or try to escape because his personality changes really quickly, and he can skip from a happy and helpful personality to a violent or strict one in a matter of seconds. I found James McAvoy's performance absolutely stunning because he perfectly conveyed the conflict between different personalities inside his mind. And as each personality has its own behaviour, for example, one of them is really playful and outspoken, another one has OCD, another one is very strict. He also completely changes his appearance, his behaviour, and he did it considering changes in the voice, in the way he is sitting or he is standing, his attitude, what he touches and what he doesn't, his facial expressions, so every small detail. For example, in one scene we see one of the most dangerous personalities trying to emerge, and we notice his mouth starting to twitch and his face beginning to move even before we know it is about to appear. He starts fidgeting with different objects, and then suddenly his voice changes, his eyes immediately become more stern, he sits up straight, and when he is Hedwig, the 9-year-old child, he dances in his bedroom just as a child would. It isn't an adult trying to act like a child. In his mind, he is a child. He dances and he plays, he is both jealous and proud of the objects in his bedroom, so the personality isn't only limited to the mind, but it affects the physical body and the way it behaves. So there is a complete transformation from one personality to another. It's not just like a mood swing. And James McAvoy definitely did a great job at conveying all of this. It's a pity he wasn't nominated for this year's Best Actor category at the Academy Awards. I hope he'll make it in the next awards in 2018. James McAvoy had actually proved to be extremely able to portray psychological issues back in 2013 with the film Filth. He portrayed a troubled detective which found it hard to stay focused on his life and career. He was starting to lose his grip on reality, and his mind was starting to slip into absurd visions, also because his heavy abuse of alcohol and drugs. Obviously, it was a completely different character from Kevin in Split, but it proves that McAvoy is extremely able in portraying personality, portraying what doesn't immediately meet the eye, what's happening in the mind. I also appreciated Anya Taylor-Joy's performance as a quiet teenager with a troubled past, which unfortunately has had to grow up too fast, appearing more mature than the other kidnapped girls, but for a dark reason. There has been a lot of controversy regarding Split, as many people have argued that it is one of the many films that portray mental illness as a frightening topic. I partially agree, because in some scenes Kevin is portrayed as a very frightening person. His mental illness is treated as a horror topic. But I say partially because there are also some minor features which should be appreciated, such as his doctor's behaviour, because she teaches Kevin to accept the various personalities. She teaches him there's nothing to be afraid or ashamed of, and she also promises him that she will soon be able to present his case to the scientific community, proving he is not a monster. Kevin is only treated as a monster when his most repressed and dangerous personalities emerge. When he is not putting himself and others in danger, he is shown just as he is, a loving and understanding person. The film doesn't immediately show that people with mental illness are a threat. As a matter of fact, there are other characters in the film which are not described with a disorder, but they cause much more damage than Kevin did. So there is still some ambiguity concerning this topic. There is also another question which the film raises. Is Kevin guilty? Because for what we see, it's not actually Kevin Wendell Crumb kidnapping the girls, and it's not even most of his personalities. Beast. His terrible actions are only carried out by some specific repressed personalities which are extremely prone to violence and which he always tries to keep out of the light. He never tries to make them emerge. So would Kevin be considered guilty in court of his crimes? Who would be considered guilty? I personally really enjoyed the film. I loved James McAvoy's performance. I also appreciated Anya Taylor-Joy as a supporting actress, but one thing that disappointed me was the ending of the film. This ending part of the video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film yet, I would recommend avoiding the end of the video. Instead, if you would like to see other film and series reviews and reactions, make sure to subscribe. For everybody that saw the film, at the end of Split, we saw a new personality emerging, the 24th personality, which is the Beast. The Beast is a personality which I assume emerged after Kevin recalled some of his childhood memories of when he was abused by his mother and when he was abandoned on a train by his father. The Beast is an extremely strong personality, a new leader for the weaker ones. It has convinced the others that it will prove to the world that they are not monsters, and it will show how strong they are. When we see the Beast, he has an exceptional physical strength, and this could be scientifically accurate as Kevin is quite muscular, and the mind can influence our body, its chemical reactions, and push it to the limit in order to perform certain actions that wouldn't normally be carried out. For example, running extremely fast or not focusing on pain. So although slightly weird, it still made sense. What didn't make sense was certain scenes, for example the one in which Dr. Fletcher stabs the Beast. Her knife completely splits clean. It doesn't even have some jagged ends. Also, I understand that under physical pressure, a lot of veins on our body tend to bulge, but we see the Beast's back completely covered in these massive blue veins. I would have preferred the film to continue on its more or less scientifically accurate track, and I think that some of these scenes ruin an otherwise perfectly built character. So that is the only part that slightly disappointed me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about Split and about James McAvoy's performance, and as I said before, make sure to subscribe for more movie related videos. See you soon in a new video. Bye!